Hi guys, this little video is intended to show you how to properly reference sources that you've used in a research project. Okay, so I'm just going to go through this kind of step by step, showing you exactly what I do. For my example here, I'm writing a paper about the effects of oil spills on marine life. So here's my little paragraph of information that I've found so far. There are many effects of oil spills on marine life. Oil stops birds and mammals from being able to repel water, and affected animals may die of hypothermia. Oil spills can hurt entire food chains. According to the National Institutes of Health, oil spills can also impact human health. We should try and prevent oil spills from happening. Okay, within this paragraph, there's a header sentence that really doesn't need a reference. This is pretty obvious and is kind of some idea that I just came up with based on my research. My final sentence, as well, is just my opinion and doesn't need a reference. But all of the material in the middle of this paragraph is information that I learned while I was conducting research. It needs to be referenced. The first sentence here, oil stops birds and mammals from being able to repel water, and affected animals may die of hypothermia. I learned that information from this website over here, the National Ocean Service website. So that's where the information came from. And as a result, I need to reference that source inside my paragraph. To do that, in parentheses, after the sentence, I put a bracket and then the name of the website. Because this one is so long, I can condense it to NOAA. The website was published in 2020, and so I put comma 2020 afterwards. That's the first of my in-text references. This is always should appear inside your text. This in-text reference is going to match the list of references that's at the end of your essay or poster or presentation as well. And we'll talk about that a little later. So that's your in-text reference. The second sentence that needs a in-text reference is this one. Oil spills can hurt entire food chains. I got that information from this website here, l'Organisation mondiale pour la protection de l'environnement. So I need to cite this website in my paragraph as well. The OMPE, it was again published in 2020. So I just put the name of the website, comma, the year in brackets after the sentence I wrote. And again, that reference matches my list of references that's going to be at the end of my paper. The third sentence I wrote a little differently. I already told you who the author, where I got that information is in the sentence, according to the National Institutes of Health. So, National Institutes of Health was the author for that information here on this website. That's where I got it. But I didn't include the year, so that should be included in parentheses after the sentence. So after that information from the National Institutes of Health, brackets 2020. And again, that will match one of the references in my list of references at the end of my paper. National Institutes of Health, oil spills. This is the name of the article and the year it was published. Or if you can't find the year it was published, then when it was retrieved. Okay, so this is what your in-text citations should look like. At the end of your paper or poster or presentation or project or whatever, you're always going to need a list of references as well. This list of references should be in alphabetical order, and it needs to include the author or the editor names. They always should be last names first, but it might be an institution. And that was the case for all of these articles I referenced here. They were all institutions, the National Institute of Health. So that's what goes first. The NOAA, that's what goes first. The OMPE, that's what goes first. After the name of the institution or authors, you're going to have the name of the article in quotation marks. For the National Institute of Health, the article was called Oil Spills. So, National Institute of Health, period. Oil spills in quotation marks, period. Then, after that, you put the title of the website or the project or the book or the journal article. So if you were using a whole, sorry, or the journal. So if you're using something published in a journal, that would go in there too. Then you need to write the date when it was published or the date when you accessed it. And you should include the URL before that as well. So you can always look at the quick reference sheet that's posted on the web or on Hapara Workspace as well. But this should give you an overview of how I want things referenced.